Hello there, YouTubers. This is RobertBriz95. I'd actually recorded this video once before, but it turned out a bit too long. I think it came out to like 17 minutes, and I didn't think people wanted to sit through it. I'm just having a random musings moment where I'm randomly musing over EDH decks. Just random decks in general. I'm determined to make the Abyssal Trader deck work that I'm working on. I'm determined to get that to work because it's such a cool idea. Taking people's creatures and giving them to yourself with a Bizarre Trader and using Abyssal Persecutor and Immortal Coil, which was like a 25-cent rare, which is actually very useful because you give it to someone else and then get rid of their graveyard. Anyway, I'm randomly musing about a Chorus of the Conclave EH deck. I'm leaning towards tokens. I don't want to do Elvish Tribal just because Tribal bothers me. And people who get all about Tribal tend to be kind of weird. Slivers is the exception because Slivers is cool. You can do so many cool things with that. I mean, especially with all the Changeling cards and stuff. You can do so many cool things. Like Goblin Tribal bothers me, kinda. I mean, there's some cool ones I saw, like Wart the Raid Mother. Yeah, otherwise Tribal just kind of like bothers me for some reason. I don't know. It just seems like the easy way out. Anyway, I don't know. I'm leaning towards it. It's a couple interesting ideas. I mean, I've got some ways to get like big creatures out without paying their costs in like. Oh man, of course, nicking it now. With like Elvish Piper, cards like. Getting big creatures like Panglacial Worm out for free without having to pay its mana cost. Using cards like Oran Reef of the Vastwood to pump up all the green creatures. Using cards like Hunting Grounds to get the creatures out without paying the mana cost. Using ramp cards like Quirion Elves. Other ramp cards would be the Quirion Trailblazers and the Quirion Explorers for more ramp, and just some random repopulation cards in repopulation to help my graveyards, stay in there. Cards like Night Soil, where you sacrifice people's creatures for 1/1 Saproling tokens, to sacrifice 2 Skullclamp, to sacrifice 2 whatnot. Cards like Hymn of Rebirth. It's a good card. Kjeldran Frostbeast is another good card. Halls of Mists, really good card. Of course, things like Command Tower and Celestia Guildmage, Fertilid, things like that. I'm tossing around a couple ideas. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of on the fence about everything, which is typical for me, I guess. My Tesa deck has taken me God knows how long. It unfortunately kind of be leaning more Tribal because a lot of these really good green cards are, like Drove of Elves from Shadowmoor is good. And then I had one idea that was like a snake elf Tribal thing using like Sachio, I think that's what it's called, Sachi, the daughter of Sashiro, the snake, and the other snake cards like, of course, Sakura Tribe Elder. Things like that, you got some good Saproling cards in Squirreloth Ancient and Sprout Swarm. They're really good cards. Sprout Swarm's got buyback, so you keep buying back all your little things, and yeah, just random other things like Guardian of the Vitu-Ghazi. Got a whole thing of cards here I've been looking through. Quasnoth I may put in my Child of Lara deck. Ghostly Prison for protection. Dosen the Falling Leaf I may not actually use because someone's asked for it, but we'll see. They want it as an extra in a trade, but I'm not sure yet. It'll probably end up happening, but for the time being, I was toying with the idea. Of course, supply and demand. I can only use the supply side for the Saproling things. Pollen Bright Wings for other Saproling creatures. Just random thing. Lockstone Hierarch, Auto Chthon Worm, or however you pronounce it. You can put it out for free with Hunting Grounds or Elvish Piper, or you can use the Convoke cost and get a 9/14 for 5 mana instead of having to pay the 10 colorless, 3 green and 2 white. You know, you can get it out there. You got, you know, general board wipers like Nev's Disc. Yeah, just cards like Privileged Position and Dryad Arbor too. You know, I don't know. I'm just kind of feel like I'm just showing the camera cards, but I don't know. I'm trying to put together a deck. I'm looking for. Well, I almost want to do like a communal budget deck. I don't entirely want to spend too much money on this deck. I really want to use stuff I have on hand to an extent. Like there's some cards I won't use just because I don't play with them anymore. Like my Mind Sculptors I don't play with. They stay in a special folder. I have play sets of the Planeswalkers that I don't play with, and then the ones I do play with are like extras and stuff. So, I don't want to spend too much money on cards. Like, I'm not going to use my Force of Will. That's just an expensive fucking card. I may pick up. Was it in Ancestral Visions? No. Yes, Ancestral Visions. Well, I can't use it in this deck anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know, I don't want to spend too much money. I want to make it super budget and use cards I have on hand that are, you know, available to use, which is quite a bit, unfortunately. And it's only a small fraction of my cards that I don't play because they're either worth too much damn money or hard to find, or, you know, they're just old and they got sentimental value. Like, I won't use my Pieces of the Power 9 because, well, one of my Black Lotuses is kind of actually coming apart. It's like split. It's weird. But I still keep it because it's one of the first cards I ever opened. So, I don't know. Yeah, give me some suggestions. No tribal, though. No tribal. Anyone's got no, I can't think of that card off the top of my head. It's basically Cultivate. Roxaboxen's probably gonna, if he could, he'd probably smack me across the head right now. Anyway, if anyone has a Return to Dust they're willing to trade, or an extra Wrath. I need an extra Wrath of God because they're kind of used up right now in other decks. I don't care about the art, really. I don't. I just need an extra Wrath. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna put a Day of Judgment or Planar Cleansing. I was thinking Hour of Reckoning or Solar Tide because you can. Hour of Reckoning, I think it destroys all non-token creatures, and Planar Cleansing is to all permanents. Solar Tide is you can either have all creatures power 3 and above destroyed, or all creatures power 3 and below destroyed, or you can pay the, I think it's an Entwine cost, and you can do a complete board wipe. I think that's what it is. But I'm not. I mean, there's lots of good board wipers. O-Stone would be nice, but yeah. I'm just tossing around some ideas. So if you got any suggestions, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to make like a communal EDH. That's actually fun. That sounds like fun. Like a communal EDH deck. That'll be kind of fun, actually. And then I could play people with it, and we could see how it does. And I could film that. I know Roxaboxen wanted to do that. Yeah, communal EDH. That sounds kind of cool. We like do a communal, like we all build a deck, and then it gets play tested and see how it works. And that could be fun, actually. That sounds like a lot of fun. Anyway, so yeah. Rate, comment, subscribe, give me suggestions. Of course, Conclave, trying to stay away from tribal. We're gonna kind of make a budget that way. If anyone does want to copy it, I'm not opposed to anyone copying anything that I do. If they want to copy it, then they can. Someone who's like 14 years old in high school can afford to go get it or trade for it. So yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Anyway, so this has been Robert Brizendine 5. Rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, YouTube.